Everybody, and welcome to MTU Esports. Today, our MTU Huskies League of Legends team is taking on Harrisburg University at the NACE Varsity Premier League playoffs.
My name is Ben.
And I am Philip Rahab. And over on the MTU roster side, we have our captain, David Peronabox Scott. We have Kevin 67 Doer, Hayden Big Daddy Bard Long, Kent Craftinator Rafi, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, brother, and Brandon Oblivionize Cox.
And on the Harrisburg side, we have Barlow as their captain. We have Kid Beats Lowell. We have Maykel. We have Relevance. We have Pain Shell. We have Zyle. And we have Mayfair.
This is the first national playoff match of the year for MTU Esports. The Huskies secured a 7 seed in the playoffs, going on the strong season 6-1 in the regular season, losing only match to the 1-seeded Maryville. Harrisburg, the 2 seed, went on to a perfect score 7-0 in the regular season, beating strong teams like Converse, South Florida, and Mizzou. The winner of tonight's best of 3 series does get to go on to the Final Four, but sadly, the losers are done for the season. So I want to see all of you guys spamming Let's Go Huskies in the chat. That's all I want to see for the entire game. No criticism. Just Let's Go Huskies, baby.
MTU's got this.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I believe in us so much. If we get Braum in our pick, guaranteed W. We're 5-0 with Braum on our team as our support. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's a guaranteed win, but it's a guaranteed win. I'm not going to lie to you. That's just what it is.
I'm a bit sad. I would say that they should go Cassante, but as I understand it, he seems to have been nerfed recently.
Literally today, the patch did end up nerfing Cassante, sadly. We are waiting for pick bans right now while we're waiting, but quick couple fun facts about our season so far.
Yeah.
For one fact, 67 leads the MTU. 67, first of all, my boy Kevin, okay? Amazing player, amazing guy.
So true.
He leads the MTU in CS right now with a game average 205. And I'm just a lowly high gold, low plat player.
Same
and
here.
the average 205 is insane to me still. It's just that, there's those levels, that you have to hit, and I'm just not there yet. And also on top of that, not only does it hit the most CS, but he also has the most gold overall as well, with about 12.8K per game.
I think those two things generally go hand in hand.
Well, I mean, you could just have somebody. Oh, we see people in the chat, Hayden, the best player. What I say, all I want to see in the chat is Let's Go Huskies, boys. All right? I mean, Hayden, amazing guy, great player. But listen, Kevin, the peak of the peak. All right, I'll be honest. He may be your guy. Kevin's my guy, baby. Let's go, Huskies.
Hayden does currently lead the Huskies in total kills. He's got a total of 269.
As an ADC, nice. As an ADC main myself, I do have to put some spec on it. I have to put some respect on it. I will be honest. A couple more things about Hayden. Actually, Big Daddy Bard does deal over 22,000 damage average per game.
Really?
That's kind of crazy. Even on my hard carry games I play, I'm hitting 55K, but there's gonna be other games where you're hitting about 12s, So just have an average above 20K a game is still kind of crazy. Yeah, especially in the higher ranks like challengers. All right, now for the main man himself, David, the captain. Poro in a box. Sorry, I'm a little excited today. He has an average of over 10 assists a game and with a KDA of 3.34.
Really a team player.
I don't know off the top of my head his percentage of kills, like, that you're sharing with the team as a jungler. It should be pretty high. But I've seen games where he's literally been part of every single kill of that game.
I'd believe it.
And it's just insane how, I don't want to say like how much he's learned essentially over these past years. Because when I first came to Tech, he was still he's been one of my buddies all this time, and and he's been one of my buddies all this time. And he went from, I can't remember what position, top lane to the jungle, and he's done so well in the jungle. I see my fans right there. Thank you, Wild. I love you too, brother. I'm sorry. David does, in fact, average actually 6 kills a game as well. I know I didn't say it out loud because I was too busy gassing him up because our roster is going to destroy today.
Very, very true. But, we can't forget about our 2 other players.
We do have some amazing other players. Let's look over at Oblivion Eyes, as I know him, the #1 Nico NA.
But he's not only good at Nico, he's also fairly good at Braum.
He hasn't been doing the hottest on Nico on this the skirmish rosters. He's been going 3 and 4, so slightly negative. But I'm sure he shines when he shines. And also, he actually does have the highest KDA on the team with one of 3.8.
That makes a lot of sense for a support. I'd hope they have a high KDA.
All right, I think another thing is, because I don't play support too often, but I know how Vision wins games. We say it all the time. We're getting a new draft up right now.
You're actually going to forget about Kent?
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
You think I'm done gassing up our team? One more thing about, Oblivion Eyes while we're here again, because I'm a lowly ADC player who makes fun of his support players every single day of the week. I'll be honest, I'm impressed with at least getting nearly 30 wards per game down. I forget how many, if I even have wards as an ADC. Unless I'm trying to see if they're doing Baron or Dragon just to throw it over the pit walls. It's like, oh yeah, I have those.
Saving them for next game.
That's truly, listen, I used to be a Draven main. That's completely the mindset of a Draven main, and I accept it. All right, if we look over at Kent the Craftinator, he is second on the team in CS with an average of 191. Also still super high. Only 6 or 7 behind Kevin.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. And we are hoping to see his plays today, definitely. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember. He's our ADC, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure I'm mentally putting everybody in their little slots right now. And I have seen him pop off in quite a couple games this season.
Generally, he's our ADC. Sometimes he flexes.
I would say I remember him playing in a couple of the positions before, so I'm just trying to bounce it in my head right now. But I've seen him become a superstar in the ADC role a couple of games, especially a couple, not splits, but a couple of the best of 3s that we've had this year alone. But I just think that's truly an amazing thing. What an amazing roster, honestly, we have. I personally know most of them. I should be playing cards with one of them later. I'm not going to say who, but
yeah.
So he better win, or else we're going to make fun of him all day. I hear about to cut into intermission until the draft begins, so we'll see you in a little bit. Baby, nice short intermission. Everyone, if you had to go pee, if you need some water, go grab what your essentials. We're starting the bans right away. On the side of HU, they're banning Zach, Ziggs, and Cassante in the first round of bans. While over in MTU, they banned the Orianna and Jace.
Yeah, those bans make sense. We have seen some pretty good plays from all 3 of those champions on MTU's side.
Like you said, we were hoping for the Cassante perfectly, but for now, I guess I just have to give it up. But I do see the Maokai ban on the side of MTU. Maokai has been a sleeper in these last 2 patches. I do see him picked regularly. Oh, the Nico steal on the side of HU. That is actually massive. They're trying to steal from our #1 Nico in the world at Wild. I see your comments over there. And I agree. Best player, our best Nico player in the world. Real talk. But that is the Nico take. Do we have an Ivern pick over on the side of MTU? That would go jungle, obviously, the Porona box.
Mhm.
That is a very team player champion because of the Daisy nerfs that happened. But has been playing amazingly this year. In the last 8 games he's played, he's gone 7-1 on Ivern.
Yeah.
And not just the shielding is amazing, but it's amazing to keep Kog'Maw, another top champion of our ADC, alive during team fights.
Yeah, for sure. We are seeing the Jarvan pick and the Rumble pick on the side of Harrisburg.
We get all of our we snipe all of our picks before any bans go through, other than the Cassante. Because if this pick goes through, we have 3 of our players on their best champions for the season. And that will be such an advantage that they're going to be banned out first round next game.
Yeah, I can see it.
If we do see the side of HU, though, the picks on J4, he's very meta right now in the jungle. He has been terrifying these last couple patches.
For sure.
I believe because he just has the engage power and the ult power. It's just MTU has to ban engaged champions because if not, people will be perma CC'd or slowed into death. It's just how it's going to end up. We do see a ban into the Rakan. That's a good one. Getting that knock up out of the way, getting that charm out of the way.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah.
CM Bengo in the chat saying spoilers. I'm not saying this is scripted like the NFL, but listen. This is I'm not reading from a script right now, okay? I might have to read off the names, but I'm not right now, all right? We do see the other bands coming through, the Talia band coming in for HU, and we've seen Michigan Tech excel greatly with Talia in their arms. We do see the Rel band, more engaged supports getting banned on the side of MTU towards HU, and we see an Ornn band coming in from HU, getting rid of a great engager of Ornn for team fights.
So who do you see MTU picking for the last 2?
So we still need mid lane and jungle. The J4 has already been picked. Nocturne's decent, but not against a J4. Nocturne's been really strong, but we need a little bit more of a bruiser comp in our top and or just a little thicker. And we see that being hovered in the A Soul. That's just what we wanted right there in the mid lane. Very good late game, just like with the Kog'Maw and paired with the Ivern to keep that alive. That's going to be an amazing pick.
Yeah, if we can make it to the late game, this is looking pretty good for MTU.
All right, we're going to see what we get picked in. That is Jinx. I'll be honest, I have a love story with Jinx. Ooh, a Bard support with it. That should be pretty fun to get the stuns into the traps on the side of the bot lane. But I love Jinx as an ADC. She hasn't been the strongest lately, but I will always love Jinx. She's in like my top 3 ADCs. And we are seeing Poppy for the nice heavy CC, and I'm getting where this is definitely a pick for Kevin.
Yeah, it is one of his most picked characters. He's played it 4 times so far in the last 10 games.
Really?
Yeah, that's including scrims.
Well,
Yeah.
including scrims, but I'm sure he dominates nonetheless. This
Very
is
true.
a little bit of an swinging up at the opponent team right now because HU does have, I believe, 4 challengers on their starting roster and 1 Masters player. And that is
Sounds about
going to
right.
be very hard to try and beat, but I believe in us Huskies.
We definitely got it. But you know what I think? I think that since we have one of the best Nicos, the best Nico in the world, you think that Oblivion Knights would be pretty knowledgeable about how to play around a Nico.
Oh, 100%. I truly believe that, especially as Bromley can block all of the ranged hits coming in, including the little bomb that she throws on. You're just going to protect your ADC saying, yeah, you're not hitting him. I think this Kog'Maw, if you let him get a little wild with it from the Iron Shields, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I'm very excited to see what MTU is able to pull out this game.
I am too. I am seeing a little bit of the chat in there talking back and forth right now. Don't use well. I'm sorry. I'm just reading right now, seeing if I can respond to a couple of you guys. But you guys are just talking about some chemicals right now. I'm not going to say these things out loud, but listen, David is going to be amazing in the jungle with Ivern. Ivern's been actually like a sleeper meta for just in general all season, I want to say, except for earlier in the season when they had attack speed Ivern just carry games. That was a crazy time. Don't want to talk about that. Those are the dark times. But David on Ivern has excelled with it throughout the entire time. We have the Kog'Maw, we have the Braum, we have the Poppy, we have the Ivern. This is just dream picks for everybody. And we even have the Aurelion Soul to hyperscale in the mid lane. And I've personally seen us use that hyperscaling Aurelion Soul to our advantage. And because honestly, Aurelion Soul with its hyperscaling, ulti affecting almost the entire map late game, what are you going to do in team fights against that?
I don't know. That's why I'm not on the team.
I really could have done my best to be a bench player this year.
Yeah.
I'd work hard to be a bench player.
As I understand it, we already have Mr. Jacob Mulder working hard to be our bench player.
I was talking to him today actually, and I was like, "You got to root them right next to them for me. You got to cheer them on for me because I would be right next to him myself." All right, we're gonna throw to intermission again. Sorry for the quick little breaks into intermissions. We're gonna throw it to intermission while we wait for the game to be ready. Welcome back, and we're coming to start this game one in this series. We are seeing a five-man invade for the side of HU onto red side on MTU side. We see Kevin spot out the Bard early. He decides just to walk away. He doesn't want any smoke over there. Bard sends out his Q, hits nothing with it. And we still see Kevin over there hitting this with Ivan hitting the root down. We do see Big Daddy Bard saying, you know what? I'm going to try and get a couple stacks by hitting my ability on a couple people.
But yeah, for the most part, no harm, no foul for either side in that invade, which, pretty good.
No,
we had a lot less presence in the top side than they did.
Oh,
that could have
100%.
gone
They sent all five people.
very
You see
poorly.
actually on your map or the on the camera now, we do see the Kog'Maw and Braum kind of trying to cheese a little bit this Jinx that'll be coming through. Or they'll just walk away. All right, they're not fully going through with this little cheese here. We see the Rumble getting off his 2 slowdown shots on a 67, and I think this lane. Ooh, we see a possible kill over here on the side of it's Bardo. Got the stun coming in from the Kog'Maw, but he walks away, leaving the Bard only half health. Kog'Maw showing up with only 2/3 health. It's just a battle of autos at this point, and Kog'Maw walks away with the more health, making Bard pop a potion. We do see on the Kog'Maw the Cull, so he's just expecting to just do nice farming, scaling up, and just getting to late game. On the side of mid lane, I think they also want to double up and just wait till late game. And I do think MTU in the end for this comp, as I just said before, has the late game composition.
Yeah, they just want to play it safe, I think, make it to late game, and take the game from there. We do see 67 getting poked a bit in the top lane, which is
couple nice trades going on. Jinx with her poking ability and her, I believe that's her W and her long range Qs. Just the Rumble harassment from the flamethrower through the wave is always such. It's so annoying as a melee player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We do see the Jinx slowing going in. Bard going in for the slow. Ghost coming out from Craftinator. He does not get stunned, but the rockets do come in. First blood for the Jinx for HU. Kog'Maw does go down. His explosion is not enough to take down the Jinx as well for the trade. And that is a 1-for-0 in the side for HU onto MTU.
Yeah. That was unfortunate, but I think that our bot side can still pull it out.
Oh, yes. Jinx is also a very late-game champion. Once she gets the 2 items, she'll be super duper scary. But I think Kog'Maw will be even scarier once he hits the 3 items compared to the Jinx.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially with, like, Bard and J4 and Rumble, who are going to be building at least a bit of health. That max health damage is going to really chip into them.
Oh, yes. We see how this mid matchup is actually going with whenever the Aurelian Soul is starting to shoot his laser out there. Excuse me, sorry. The Nico can just throw her bomb on it and just show no mercy here. We do see her moving up. We see the Aurelian Soul just trying to dash away, not wanting to get caught up on that side of that terrain, trying to get back to tower as soon as possible. Nico hitting those Qs on the Aurelian Soul every time he tries to take a wave. That's just very dangerous. This is why you bring teleport as a mid laner.
Mm-hmm.
We do see the double gank coming in onto the mid lane, and it's for nothing, but is the push back Nico a little bit. Less tower damage. They see the support in the mid lane, so Bard and Jinx decided to go over here and poke a little bit. We do see the Rumble on top side doing a very good job at just holding wave and dealing damage through waves.
67, despite going in against Rumble, is still keeping a fairly high CS. So that is very good to see.
And higher health than I thought he'd be at right now.
Yes.
We see the Bard coming back down from the roam, getting the nice slow onto, or sorry, Braum back down onto the Bard. Just doing a nice little poke back and forth. Big Daddy Bard did use up his teleport. That is the route coming in from the Nico. Could not find the real one and had to back off. We do see the J4 coming in for the gank. They did get baited into it, but will they take the Jinx for it? Is this going to be a good trade, at least for MTU? Kog'Maw goes down. Jinx is still alive. It was for naught. But we have a counter gank over here in the top lane onto the Rumble from the Poppy. We do see this combat going on, but the Rumble is fast enough to get away from 67. Does Kevin make it out? No, they have to leave him alive. That's a 1-for-0 again in this favor of HU.
We did see Oblivion Eyes make it out of the bot lane though without dying. So
That is true. All the engages were used up, even the Bard slows, and that is massive that he got out alive as well.
yeah, I had wrote him off, but yeah, good on Oblivion Eyes.
I do believe they did sadly get baited there. We saw the
Mhm.
J4 and Bard ready, waiting for that Jinx to seem alone as possible, and that was just very unfortunate.
Mhm. For sure. Do you see Asol getting a bit more poke on this Nico?
Oh yeah, you see what
Does he-
happens when the Q is down from the Nico? He's actually able to get some damage on, and that is a very very small health bar for Nico now.
Mhm.
Both mid laners are backing. That wave is pushing for Big Daddy Bard. Essentially a free back, so it's going to be pushing under tower now.
We see our bot lane taken out of control ward in the tri-bush, and they make it out unscathed.
Now we always say vision wins games. Essentially, that's always what we like to say here.
Mhm.
You see this constant fight for this river bush vision because what you saw a second ago when we didn't have that vision for just a second, that's when J4 decided to come and gank and get a kill on the Kog'Maw.
For sure, knowledge is power.
All right. So far, in terms of CS, we see in the mid lane, Nico, 20 CS up on the Aurelion Soul, 25, 26 at least. We see a 15 CS lead from the Rumble and the Poppy, but that's expected because of the flames through it. We do see Poro in a box coming in here for a possible gank. Craftinator and Dr. Kennen backing up, trying to see if we can get Ivern in there. HU does not know that Poro in a box is there, but they did not engage. I feel like they could have engaged if they stunned that Bard there and the Ivern came in, but I understand the want not to do that with that Jinx with an extra kill up on you.
Mhm. I think that Braum Q is probably what let them get away with not engaging. Sorry.
We're seeing these Comet Qs coming from the Nico just being so dangerous. We do see our boy Kev coming in, taking the red from this J4, not knowing it still. He dashes in and finds nobody. Are you a tech student? Do you need to be close to campus? We have places for that. Find the perfect location, live where you want to live. HoughtonForRent.com.
Yeah.
Needed to fill some air there.
Yeah. A little.
It's just a nice farming phase. That's really what this is right now. While we're still talking about this, though, I want to bring it back to Big Daddy Bard in the mid lane. I'm so sorry. I just got zoned out for a quick second. Big
You're
Daddy Bard in
fine.
the mid lane. He is on his A soul, and he has done very well all season. I do believe he will be catching right back up in CS come later game when he can clear waves like that.
Mhm.
But right now, with this very oppressive Nico, it's very hard to even step up, even under tower, with those long range Qs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not the easiest conditions to farm within, but I think he'll be able to pull it back.
Oh yeah. He is actually, in statistics wise, he's 4-2 as a soul. We see two, the Bard and the Nico coming in behind this Ivern. The Nico knock up onto Poro in a box is enough with the Q taking down Poro in a box. And also, that is a free Herald after that kill as well. This Bard has been all over this map.
For sure. Yeah, those Nico buffs for getting the knockoff just before the big stun have been very beneficial.
Ooh,
to
this
the
is a
character.
bad catch for MTU. We see the Aurelion Soul coming with the ult and the stun, but it's not enough. Jinx ult coming in to deal the damage. Bard taking the kill on the A Soul.
And we do see the side of Harrisburg, getting a almost 3K lead.
This is a very difficult beginning to come from, but it's only a 3K deficit. We've seen MTU definitely come back from worse.
For sure. Yes, MTU is also playing for the late game. So
Oh yes, if you look at the champion lineup, late game wise, what does HU have to promise other than Jinx? Nico's a really good mid laning champion, but late game compared to Asol, she is nothing. Kog'Maw can delete in 3 shots late game, and we have the Poppy just basically go straight tank essentially and try and soak up and take away that Jinx's time.
for sure.
All right, we see a little scrap with the Rumble and the Poppy here in the top side. I don't believe that Kevin will want to stay super aggressive. He knows that the J4 is somewhere in the upper jungle. Doesn't know where, but he knows if he takes that fight, he will most likely fall.
Ivern clearing his jungle. Let's see what
We
else
see
is
the
going on.
Bard actually going in onto the Ivern's territory here. Just trying to get a couple chimes. I do see why the advantage for this Bard going on the map, so obviously picking up his chimes. But just the actual map presence that this Bard has had all game has been terrifying for MTU already, and we're only 10 minutes in.
Mm-hmm. I get the feeling that MTU. It feels like Ivern's been around this drag for a bit. He is backing off, but kind of feels like they want it. I don't know.
Exactly. We do see the teleport coming in from WBG onto Kevin 67 in the top side. That means that is TP is down on both top laners for this dragon setup if someone wants to go grab it. We see the Braum, the full combos going on the bottom. Braum has to teleport out, or not teleport, sorry,
Hot
flash
to
out.
get out. Yep.
That Nico, since they reworked her ult, she's been such a menace now.
Mm-hmm.
So it used to be like what 3 seconds, and then she did the knock up. Now it's like 1.5, half the time. It's caught me off guard in my own games so many times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Before she would build like Hex Belt to try and get in quicker, but now it's like she doesn't really rely on that as much.
With this great CS lead, we do see the Rumble building Demonic Embrace to wear that Poppy's health down through that wave, and you see that in the health of 67. We do see a 4-man bot lane. They're looking to kill this bot lane in order to take the dragon right after. The ulti coming from the Braum to try and get the CC onto the Bard. The flash out from the Kog'Maw. He does go down. Bard ulti coming in on the tower, and it's a 2 for 0 with Jinx getting 1. And that's just what you don't want to see on the side of MTU. Very good gank coming from the backside. They had the Bard ult to cancel the tower shots, and now they could go for Dragon if they wanted, but it seems like they're just backing to get their gold.
That was very unfortunate, and NTU was not able to capitalize on all the presence in the bot side.
And I do believe this is also first tower for HU.
Yes, that is correct.
In the chat, CM Bengo, I do agree that Dr. Kennan is very smart and talented. If you want to see what more that it is, look at that full message in the chat. This is starting to look a little scary. We're at a 5K difference in the side for against MTU for once. I'm used to saying for MTU every single game we play, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And we are seeing that the vision control is still pretty even. We have MTU warning up their own areas on the map. We do. Oh, the Bard gets the stun on the Kog'Maw. He's gonna go for the extra auto just for the extra damage. He does, taking out a quarter of Kog'Maw's health.
67 pushing down top side. Rumble's coming back in.
We do like to see a couple plates on the side of Kevin, but did he bite too much than he could chew? He does have ult ready to make this boy back off, dodging every now and then, trying to fight this Rumble, but Rumble's just staying on him with his Qs.
Rumble's ult is coming up very soon. It might be back up before this fight is over.
Oh, we see 67 hitting it, but the ult comes down onto Kevin, taking him out. Because of that, we do see 3 men on the side of HU taking out the dragon as we speak. And we do see have the Nico here as well. Very quick dragon on the side of HU.
For sure. Yeah.
We do see all lanes being pushed out. It's just HU's playing very, very tight. They're keeping all lanes pushed. They're ganking right when they need to. This is going to be a very difficult comeback for MTU, but it is still possible. You just have to play for your side lanes and just kind of sit down, hunker down for late game, get your CS, and just hope that you can catch up essentially at this point.
I believe in MTU. I think they can pull this back.
Well, I'm not seeing enough Let's Go Huskies in chat. If we can get as many as we can that I can't count them anymore, we might have what it takes.
So true. Where are the Let's Go Huskies in like a minute and 30 because of the delay?
All right, we see the Jinx and the Bard just taking topside. Jinx's attack speed lets her have it very easily. Dr. Kennan finding out the J4 waiting in Tribush. The Poppy 67 is just going to take her CS and say, I do not want to fight. I just want CS and leave. David, Poro in a box, is finding that his camps have been taken on the top side.
Seeing a lot of presence from both teams near like the top side of the map.
Oh yes, if you look actually at the wards in the jungle right now, we are seeing the ward control on both sides. You can see that HU is really focusing that bottom side when Dragon was around, and MTU is focusing that Rift Herald side because that objective is up. We have Kevin pushing. I think they're going to go for it, but I think they're going to be able to tell when HU does go for it and be able to take advantage of that and push, for example, bot or mid lane in.
It looks like MT was trying to see if they can get a pick out in the bot side, but now they look to be trying to invade. We try to catch the Rumble out or just placing a ward. We do see calls for Rift Herald from the blue side, from Harrisburg, and it does appear that they have started it.
They have started it. They are going for it, but MTU does not want to fight. They say, we will push this bot lane as much as we can, not knowing Nico's coming up there to counter that Aurelion Sol, because we do know that J4 is pretty big right now, sitting 2-0. He has his whole first item down. Sol is trying to take out that wave and not get rooted down to feed the Nico. We have the Poppy 67 coming in behind the Nico. Can he come in and get the push through? Will he target the right one? He does target the right one. Nico coming in with the ult. Aurelion Sol getting knocked up and stunned, but it is, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, folks, but Aurelion Sol is still alive because the Ivern giving the shields under turret. Daisy knocking up, and Aurelion Sol gets the kill on the Nico in the bot lane. All of this while happening, though, we do have Rift Herald up in top side, pushing out these turrets. Jinx ult coming in, whiffing everyone in the back line, trying to stop these backs. Gets a push. They're at inhib turret at 16 minutes. I think it's time just for HU to back up. They realize they have what they wanted. They're not going to try and give too much.
Yeah, just taking what they can get and playing it safe.
That's very rough for MTU.
MTU just scoring their first kill almost 15 minutes into the game. But it did end up on ASOL, which is very good for us.
Oh, yes. No. Kills to either Kog'Maw or the ASOL right now. ASOL goes down. I am sorry while we were talking. ASOL goes down to the Nico. Solo kill gold. That is not very fun, if I can be honest, folks.
Damn.
Looking to spice up your style? University Images is your official headquarters for authentic Michigan Tech Huskies apparel. University owned, university operated, University Images, located in the SDC, or go to bookstore.mtu.edu. We do see the Braum kind of harassing this Ivern a little bit. 67 going in, getting rooted by the Nico, but Poppy is tanky enough right now to just kind of slug off all that damage.
And just all the shields coming down on this Poppy, almost taking no actual damage.
Very good stun coming in from the Bard, stunning as Poppy's mid-dash in. Nico coming in with that ult, making the Poppy flash out. That Nico's ult has been devastating all game, forcing flashes or guaranteeing kills all game. We see the Poppy coming in to try and get that root on the J4 when he was next to turret. Does not find it and backs up. This is a fight for the bottom turret here. We see all 5 members from HU, but we do have the Kog'Maw up in top lane, getting his farm, getting his CS. The ASOL doing what he does best, getting CS until he gets to the late game. And it's in the end, it's HU needing to back off because they have no minions under tower.
Rumble heading to mid to clear, and then might be going.
We do have the Braum seeing the Nico. He does hit the ult. It is enough to catch it and knock up, but the Bard is here. The J4 is here as well. It is a kill for the Jinx. Double kill for the Jinx. This is just a rampage. 4-0 on the ADC for HU. Very solid playing. And I'm sorry to say, as an MTU fan, very solid playing.
We do see Kog'Maw taking the top tower, though. So
that is a little bit more gold lining their pockets, but when you're at a 9K gold deficit,
you take them where you can get them. Yeah.
That's difficult to come back from right there because you did everything, and that's going to be a dragon for HU as well. You do everything you think you need to do in order, but you still get caught out right when you're trying to think you get a pick. Turns out all of HU was there waiting, and that's just... And you didn't even get the kill on the Bard that you wanted. It just feels bad. I'll be honest. It does. But MTU, what they have to do is they can still get this. They just have to stay calm, not let this affect them, and keep playing the way that they're used to playing. And I believe we could still make out alive on this. We see Kevin here just trying to take turret, really. He's taking turret aggro. I don't think he meant to. He does not get turret by time the turret is kills him in trade. But the turret does end up going down to minions. More gold in the pockets of MTU. All right.
You see the Bard ult forcing out a flash from Craftinator. Just unfortunate.
We do see these Nico roots also being devastating all game.
But yeah, a lot of the ults from Harrisburg side have been very effective at forcing out MTU's flashes.
If there is one thing I would like to point out is I was right. Oh, we see the Kog'Maw going in, a couple autos in on the Nico. The Nico returning some damage on. I didn't see if that was Q or what. But we have the Kog'Maw finally getting some autos in, using some ultis to catch up on CS. On the CS side, we do have the Aurelion Soul finally up on the Nico. And at 20 minutes, we see a Baron take from the side of HU. I don't think MTU is going to try and stop this.
I'm not even sure if MTU is aware. I mean, they may know, but they don't know for sure.
I do think they know. They're not going to try and fake it here. But because of the attack speed, it is very hard to...
Alt tab.
I know.
Yeah, no, there we go.
It is very hard to decide, but HU does, in fact, take the Baron.
Small indie company. Anyway.
We do see with this, J4 comes in, ults in on the Kog'Maw, taking
Rumble
him out.
coming out.
Nico, getting the first kill of this fight. Will they continue to push further down into the mid lane? We just have Braum and Ivern staying here, Asol here, trying to clear out the actual champions rather than the minions, because those Baron buffs does give a lot of MR. It's a push. Jinx just autoing turrets away. You know that is hard to beat. We have the Jinx that has their attack speed and damage speed, or not damage, attack speed and movement speed buff from breaking these structures, just trying to poke down our Ivern on our side. Top inhibitor goes down as well. Well, it's been down for a second, I'm sorry. But they are taking a push, a final push on this top. We see the engage from the Poppy going in on the Nico. Is this enough to take down one member of HU? It is.
It's very unfortunate for Harrisburg's Nico there, where the rest of the team dipped out just
decided to leave you.
Yeah. Letting MTU secure their second kill.
And
Let's
secure
go.
their Baron side jungle. This is also
And the
very
Baron
big to
side jungle.
deny vision where vision is on the side of HU.
Mm-hmm.
We are seeing a secondary push on the bottom lane from HU, trying to crack that bottom inhibitor, or Nexus turret and inhibitor, not Nexus turret, inhibitor turret, sorry. We do see the Bard roaming through the jungle, trying to get these slows in on Piranha Box. The J4 comes in, trying to get some damage. 67 coming in, just trying to see what is up. 4 members of MTU here in the bottom jungle, while we also see 4 members of HU coming in as well, pushing this bottom turret. The teleport comes in from the Nico. We have all 5 members from HU pushing on the bottom lane.
And
this
all 5
is
members
make
of MTU
or
defending the
break
tower.
for MTU.
67 maybe trying to get a little flank off, try and get a pick.
Trying to see if he can get a stun against the wall, really.
Mm-hmm.
We do see all 5 members of HU just trying to poke as we go through. This is not looking too good. Dr. Kennan taking a lot of that early damage, going down to just above 1,000 health. The CC coming through, and Big Daddy Bard goes down to the Nico. 67 trying to come in for this pick, but
We
down
get shredded
goes
by
to
the
Jinx
Jinx.
as well.
Nico
Nico ulting
lands.
in, picking up the Kog'Maw. Jinx taking the final damage on the Braum.
And then Jinx
that
cleans
is
up
going
the
to be
Ivern.
clean ups on the side of HU, going for game 1.
That is going to be game.
All right, I see you in the chat making fun of me for trying to say Kog'Maw can still carry. At least I still have hope for our boys. At least I still have hope for our boys over there. You don't need to be sarcastic.
Not the best display from MTU, but I think they can pull this back.
I think if they don't let this loss affect them mentally, they can definitely come back still.
Mm-hmm.
This was not the nicest of defeats. It was pretty wholehandedly just a slap. It really was.
Yeah.
But what I want to see MTU bring back is, first of all, ban the Nico. Nico is very dangerous on both sides now. We can see, obviously.
Yeah.
And again, when I first saw Nico picked, I thought she was going to get picked support for HU, not mid lane. And we do see why. That Nico is a very hard counter to Aurelion Soul in the mid lane. And the roaming Nico did pick up a couple early kills, especially very early kills when roaming with the J4.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to see from MTU for this next round, other than that ban of the Nico, is I want to see a couple more mid-game picks rather than mainly focusing on the late game. Because you just saw, you're not able to get to the late game if you can't pick up the mid game.
For sure. Do you see Harrisburg changing any of their bans?
Honestly, I think that what they think they just did smoothly. It was, what was that, 23-minute game, 25-minute game?
Mm-hmm.
I think they don't need to change up their style if they think they can still win it. If they have a couple big bans that, like again, that Nico, they're going to play or pick a new mid to play around. Um, that was a very high roaming Nico, so they're gonna have to pick another champ that can highly roam. I don't know how strong Vex is in the higher elo, but she'd be. I think that they would probably pick her if a couple bans went through that banned out the mid laner. I can see Syndra pick actually for the really heavy CC chain into the execute in the late game to try and stop MTU in the late game wins. Um, I don't think they're worried about the ASOL again, and I don't think they're worried about the Kog'Maw because they've proven that, oh, you're a late game scaling champion. We just won't let you get to late game. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what they did.
Yeah. An apt analysis.
Exactly. It's it's just hard because as an MTU, I'm not a player for the team. I play League. I'm an MTU fan till the day I die. It's just hard to see. It's hard to watch, and the spirits did go down a little bit towards the end of the game. You might notice it in my voice, but it's just hard sometimes.
Damn. But if you wanna rewatch the VOD, if you come to stream late and you didn't get to watch that game, you can keep up with the rest of MTU Esports by following our Twitch, and you can also check our previous VODs on YouTube. Both tags are at MTU Esports.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter. It will always be Twitter. At MTU Esports to get daily updates about our upcoming matches and games. We are going to throw it to intermission until we get our pick bands up. Have a wonderful time. Get some water. back, everybody. Let's hope for the MTU W. All right. We're coming back for game 2. And we are looking to surpass HU. We see the first bands coming in being Oriana and Zach from MTU to HU back and forth. Little bit of a band to band. Oriana is a good band, always a good band, especially in the hands of high elo players. Oriana can be a menace. We are seeing a band hovering on the rumble. You might not have seen it in the background, but that rumble doing consistent damage in the top lane is just a murder on everything.
Yeah, really keeping Kevin behind and not able to get all the CS he needs to carry as hard as he could.
We see an instant snap Cassante, man. They really do not want that in the hands of MTU.
Understandable, honestly. Unfortunate, but
understandable. I understand the pain they're trying to get around. We are seeing the last round ban of the first round of bans for the side of MTU. It looks like it's going to be another Maokai ban. Okay, no Nico ban, but MTU
is on blue side.
First pick. They do get first pick on blue side.
And they're banning Ziggs, so MTU, if they wanted, could snatch up that Nico.
We're going to see it being hovered right now. We do see the Nico hover. Does it go through? Best Nico in the world. Best world Nico. Best Nico in world. Best Nico in world. Best Nico in world.
I think MTU can run it back with the Nico and show them how it's done.
Hold up. We're still holding.
Oh. Just hovering it. Probably giving themselves time to choose their next pick.
And it's locked in, baby. The number 1, baby. The one, the only, him. That's him, baby. That's him.
Yeah, and Miss Terminal University locks in the Nico.
All right, the number 1 Nico in the world, baby. That's all I got to say. No doubt in my mind. Ooh, the Ivern pick for HU. That is a little surprising. I did not expect them to steal the Ivern away from us.
That is very curious. I mean, we stole their Nico, so maybe it's just,
H&H, you are saying pocket pick coming out. I am hoping for the pocket pick.
From? Whose pocket?
Anybody. We do see the Jace pick on the side of HU. Ooh, this might be a little spicy of a game after all.
It could be. Where do you think that Jace is going?
He's going top lane. I'm not going to lie. He's going top lane. That Jace is 100% going top lane. Ooh, the call is the Heimerdinger on the pocket pick. Okay, I hear you. I see you. That's a Renekton counter pick, it looks like, for the Jace. Very good pick for counter picking. We love that here.
And the Renekton is locked in, so that's MTU's answer to Jace.
Fun fact, everybody. Over the course of the official scrimmages and games this semester, the Huskies average over 57,000 gold per game.
Really?
That is quite a bit. And also across all games, MTU has an average KDA of 2.8, and that is a nice J4 pick. I told you, he's a menace in this meta right now. We saw him last game become a menace. Him and the Nico all day, every day are forcing flashes and securing kills.
So, yeah, both teams have swapped junglers now.
We're going to see Poro in a box show up. Show him what's going on over there on the side of HU.
We see the Ezreal lock in, probably for ADC.
Very good counter picking for the heavy engage of the Nico and the J4, just able to dash out of the way of any danger. Or not dash, blink, sorry.
Yeah, little bit of a difference, but...
Yes, it hurts just a little bit. We are seeing... the second round of bans coming in right now, and we are hoping for the best that they just leave in our top champions as well.
Yeah, it's not season. Okay, so we do see the Talia ban.
I love a Talia in the jungle for us so much.
Yeah,
or even mid lane. I love it in our hands. We see the Bard. That Bard was very dangerous last game roaming through. It seems like just like last game, MTU is banning out the supports because they did in the second round as well. Only ban out supports.
Yeah, that Bard was, well, not the star of the show last game. He was particularly destructive too.
I think he was the star of the early game last game because he was just everywhere and got them fed. It really did come down to it. That's a dangerous Bard. Roaming is very dangerous. A Nefiri ban. Okay.
And a Braum ban from MTU. So 2 support bans.
Banning out supports again, but that leaves the Rakan in terms of like just A ton of roaming potential as well. Ari, another giant roaming champion. The triple ults to get out of anything. There goes the Nico ulti. There goes the J4 ulti again.
I was not expecting an Ari pick.
I was
I have
not, but it
not
makes
seen
perfect
a lot of
sense.
Ari.
The Ari and Ezreal are going to be menaces and hard to catch this game. So we need hard engage and just hard CC champions to lock them down. Or hard chase champions, like the Renekton.
For sure. And coming down to 1 second, who's...
Ooh, we got a Seraphine on the pick for MTU.
I mean, hey, they can't run away if they're coming straight towards you.
That is true. A nice little walk towards. I still stand to this day. Seraphine is the Sona rework that needed to happen. I will also never touch Seraphine. I played her I think twice when she became APC meta.
I don't know. Her whole lore thing with helping others find their voice just feels kind of depressing when you think about Sona, who she basically replaced.
Or if you're a Skarner fan.
Or if you're a Skarner fan.
We do see the Aatrox pick as well. This actually brings into question, is that a Seraphine APC Nico support, Aatrox top, or Renekton mid? That might be the lineup.
That is probably a fair assessment. We're just waiting in on this last pick from Harrisburg.
So we are getting word that both Kevin and Brandon have both played Seraphine in the past.
So we don't know where this Seraphine is going.
Watch the Seraphine go top side out of Alistar, Ezreal. I can see that being pretty dangerous, but that Alistar is definitely picked for the late game knockups to go into the charms of the roots from the Ivern into the Jace jumping in.
For sure.
All right.
I don't
So
know.
what do you think out of this composition? What do you think out of this team comp?
I definitely feel like it's Kevin taking the Seraphine. I don't see... Oblivion Eyes is getting to play Nico. I don't see him giving that up. I don't know.
No, they were not going to give that up no matter what you said. All right. We're going to be waiting a little bit until game, but this is a very interesting draft. There is not a lot of range. By that I mean you just have the Ari and the Ezreal on the side of HU. And the Ari is a very close range mage.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ezreal is a very long range ADC.
For sure.
Thing is, everybody is close range except for Ezreal on the side of HU. And so if both teams want to constantly engage, I feel like MTU may have the advantage here.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, this is what has to happen. MTU has to clear their mind from their last loss. They have to focus up and know how they're playing this game.
I would say Ivern has a little bit of range, but And then Jace is more like mid.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Range thing, yeah.
But I am hoping for the best here, and we are going hopefully to take it to game 3 for MTU. I'm going to throw us to intermission until the game begins. Thank you all for joining. Husky fans, we are back with game 2
And
of...
we're seeing double full invades on either side of the map.
I want to see our MTU gamers go as hard as possible this game. I want to see always permanently either one of us dead or one of them dead.
Yeah, I think that kind of
that
gameplay
would be an exciting game on our hands, folks.
It'd be an exciting game, but it could very easily turn against us. If
I'm
we don't
all
take
for
that
coin flips. I'm a gambling man. I'm ready for these coin flip games. But I hope that MTU does pull away. This is a team MTU has that if they get ahead, they will definitely take the lead. And I was very corrected by Twitch chat. I'm sorry, guys, okay, that Aatrox was Big Daddy Bard's old main before Cassante. I'm sorry. Twitch chat and I are going to fight tonight. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Problems with chat.
Yeah. We're seeing the minions start to clash. CS is necessary. Both teams have a very close range. Well, actually, no. It's mainly just HU that has a very close to mid-range team. They do have the Ezreal, but it's still a very close range team. We have the Nico finding out the Alistar down there. The ranged Jace going in for the Renekton. And we're just in the main poking phase of the game in the early, trying to get some pokes off, trying to find an early kill in the bot lane, especially with an Ezreal Alistar. That level 2 heavy CC that you have to watch out for is massive. But we have all the poking power from the Nico and the Seraphine. You see just the health bars of the Alistar and the Ezreal go down.
We've already seen a potion popped from Ezreal so far. The poke in the bot lane is impressive.
We see the full jumping and everything coming in from the Jace, sorry, onto the Renekton, doing so much damage to the health. We see the level 2 spike coming in from Maykel going in onto 67. Does do a lot of damage, leaving 67 over at just 100 health. But Kevin does in fact have teleport, so he could just back and come back. But instead he opts to use his potions early. Very good decision to catch these waves and keep that advantage in CS. We have the Alistar going all the way in, but Kevin has level 2. He does have the poking power to help keep. You see that Nico poke going in on the Ezreal. Suddenly, it's a change in health bars here in the bot lane.
MTU is almost completely full health, and Harrisburg is not looking so good.
We do see this Renekton going in and out, trying to get this lifesteal chain in going in, but that Jace is not letting that Renekton regain any life at all. That's just dangerous for Craftinator. The J4 coming in, ganking, instant charmed into turret range, does not go down to the turret. We see the Aatrox doing a little bit of poking damage with his Qs onto the Ahri. This is already a massive damage game we see going back and forth on the side of MTU and HU. The Ivern's there to see if Big Daddy Bard wants to continue to go in, but he decides to back up in the end. And Big Daddy Bard just tries to stain off of CS. No TP from the Ezreal side, so he has to walk all the way back if he does go back like he did. We see 67 and they're both 67. Sorry, the Nico changed. They're both 67. Going to be poking down, and they're pretty healthy but low on mana. That's just, it's what it is in a double poke in the bot lane at first. It's just hard to come back from.
Being pretty even gold, pretty even CS except for top lane. But Crafey's been having some issues with getting poked out. So that is understandable.
All right, we do see a nice dash Q. Good animation cancels. Okay, I see what chat's talking about. I'm talking about mains for Big Daddy Bard. That was pretty clean, okay? I will admit when I'm wrong, everybody. Ooh, really good snag on that for the third Q too, but I think he gets pulled under tower. He does. He goes for the flash ignite for first blood. Is it enough to take down the Ahri? And it is a 1-for-1 trade, but that is down 100 gold for first blood. He did not get that last auto in. He needed to get the first blood, but a 1-for-1, we will take those.
Ivern was so close with getting that shield off. I'm kind of surprised the ignite killed.
I think they didn't think it was going to kill, but it did on last tick. I'm very excited. All right, we still see
large wave coming down this top side.
We do see this Renekton still trying to go. It's just that poke from the Jace is just so hard to stop as a Renekton unless you do the double dash in. But the Jace can just knock you back when you go in. We do see this little battle going on bot lane. It was just a Nico clone. Sorry, I thought they were already getting a little scrappy. 4 in the bot lane on the side of HU, seeing if Dragon is up. It is, but they know that MTU knows they're there, and they do not dare start that Dragon right now.
The water lizard is indeed up.
I don't know. I know Ocean Drake, like a lot of people dog on it, but if you're like a bruiser player, It's heaven on earth. You just go in, go out of combat, and just
Kill.
heal. It's
For
beautiful.
sure.
All right. We are seeing the Ivern kind of dashing over the wall, trying to get it. Does he go around for the gank on the Big Daddy Bard? Big Daddy Bard is level 6. And, oh, never mind. I lied. It's still even in the mid lane. We do see 2 here in the bot lane. Dr. Kennen is out of mana. Does that make the difference? So does get in for a Q out to poke down that Ezreal just enough, hopefully, to try and get these pokes on. We see these nice little fakes in the clone. All right. We're all getting a little hyped up here for this Nico and this Aatrox pick. Let's see it. We see Poro in a box going in for it. He does not get the knockup with his Q, but I think he might go down to this Jace. He does. Craftsinator having to jump over the wall to get away. Last little bit of damage done in the bot lane over here. The Alistar almost going down to the poke from 67. This early poke lane against this early Alistar is just so, I want to say enforcing. What is it called? The word. It's so dominating. I can't think of the right word right now. We do see the Ahri popping her ult to try and get this ult and the charm over onto the Craftsinator. And she does, and the ball back does take out Craftsinator in favor of the Ahri.
So, I don't know if you noticed this from Oblivion Eyes earlier, but he did disguise as one person, throw out his W, and then change form. So it looked like there were 3 different people on the bot side.
I was honestly
I didn't
confused.
realize that was
I wasn't going to say anything. He's the best Nico in the world, okay? I'm not going to doubt a single play he makes tonight.
I just thought that was particularly
M2 actually starting Dragon. That actually I think is a very smart play because all of HU either just backed or is getting back to lane. We do see Ezreal's too low to even try and make a difference. Aatrox moving towards Dragon Pit to try and pull some security. Alistar's coming down. All right. We do see the Ivern following behind, but I don't think he sees him. I don't think he sees him.
Just walked by and did not see him.
He didn't see him. This dragon is just free.
Just
it's a free dragon for NTU. Okay. Beautiful play from Poro in a box. Alistar's walking back. He's like, wait a minute. I didn't see him. Very good play on the side of Poro in a box.
That was some stealth.
We actually do see a fight happening over here in the jungle. The knock up onto the Alistar, but Alistar knocks you right back up. And it doesn't matter because that Alistar, he's just a tank at this point. He's not level 6 yet, but he just feels so tanky.
For sure. You know, I feel like we've seen a lot more illusions from the Nico this game than last game.
Oh yeah, no,
and
you
I
can
feel like
definitely
that's
tell.
really like the difference between like top level Nikos.
Listen, they're both pretty good Nikos.
They're both really good Nikos.
They're
right?
both
But
really
like,
but you can tell the offensive power versus the utility power.
Yeah, you can definitely see why Oblivion Eyes is a really good Nico.
That's just, yeah, no, all these different clones and such to go. Disguising as a minion. You know what, there's an extra 2 minions in there when she turns into a minion. Look at those 2 extra minions just going off. But we do see the all-in coming for Renekton. He ults in to go in, but he just backs right back out, allowing the Jace to turn around and get that poke.
That was the Renekton ult popped.
All right, we see the Nico showing up as J4 and actual J4. Hopefully I'm not wrong. I love the animation cancels. You see that slide on that J4? It is the fake. I got pranked. I got fully pranked. I'm fooled and I'm the announcer here. Oh. We do see the Ahri hitting the back and forth Qs. I love the animation cancels on the clones. It's the funniest thing to me. We do see the poke, but it's not enough to get the root down on Maykel, sorry.
Top side up there, Ivern and Jace were both chasing Craftinator down the lane, but they were not able to secure the kill.
We see everybody in the crowd, aka Twitch chat, cheering on Big Daddy Bard. Here's what I want. I am a mass supporter of Kevin all the time. Oh, we see the Alistar going in, popping the ulti. He's going in, no seal, can't take much damage. Stunning the Seraphine. Nico ult coming in, Seraphine coming in.
It's enough
of
to
a
kill the
lockdown for
Alistar.
Dr. Kennen to get a kill.
Beautiful game.
We are so back, boys. I'm sorry if I was a little loud for you there, but I need to get excited, get hyped up for MTU. That is a free kill for Dr. Kennen. No work at all needed. All ults exhausted. Alistar thought he was safe. Very good snare there. The Herald goes down. They're pushing for this first turret.
Did see Brandon pick up the kill there, which is very interesting.
We see the TP coming in from the Ari onto this bot lane. It's going to get very dangerous very fast. First turret goes down for MTU. Ari looking for trying to get a charm. Does ult and miss the charm. But Porta Box going in, trying to get this quick pick, but he gets rooted instead. Perma CC, and for his troubles, he tries to flash over the wall, but fails. He goes down as well.
Unfortunate. He does get a pretty hefty buy from that.
We do see Crafton here
Fast
trying
back.
to stop the turret push on the top lane against the Jace. Too low of health to actually fight. I think this Jace is just going to go for this turret right now, actually, as we speak as well.
See both Aatrox and Craftinator backing, giving both top and mid an opportunity to push in the waves.
And there goes down first turret in favor of the Jace and HU.
That is not actually first turret. Second turret.
Sorry. We do notice, though, as well, instead of the 3 to 4K difference in 11 minutes last game, it's only less than a 2K gold difference.
Definitely a much better display from our Huskies.
They're handling their lanes a lot better this game, in my opinion. We see the Aatrox ult coming in, Daisy coming in, Jace trying to get out. He's very damaged. Alistar trying to knock away everybody. Renekton going in, hitting the stun on the Alistar. Ari's here. Does she have ult? No, she does not. She flashes over. Nico knocked
three people
coming through. A lot of damage onto the Nico coming through. We have the Aatrox still going in on the Jace, but he seems to be stuck alone. He goes in for the Gore Drinker. Regens so much health, gets charmed into it. We see the J4 going in, gets knocked away. Nico getting a pick onto the Ivern. Does this Alistar get picked next? He gets slowed by Seraphine. The J4 picking up the kill. Seraphine whiffing her ult, but it doesn't matter. Alistar goes down.
Harrisburg sent running from MTU there.
2 for 0 in the favor of MTU.
As they clean up to 4-4 this game in terms of kills. Just a little bit behind in a gold lead.
Boys.
Let's go.
We are so back, Huskies. Let's go.
Reverse sweep? Very possible.
I know we're not Twitch affiliated, we don't have the Huskies, but let's just ban some dogs in chat, baby. Let's go, Huskies.
Wow, what an exciting fight.
That's a fun fight to be a part of right there. Beautiful follow-ups, beautiful Gore Drinker timing to hit on 4 enemies to heal for Big Daddy Bard. Amazing play.
I'll be seeing a little bit of a repeat, because it looks like we might be seeing a drag fight real soon. The Ari is top lane and does not have teleport up, so this could very well be a 4v5.
We do see Porta Box getting ready for Dragon. That control ward is down on Dragon Pit. We have the Seraphine here to help clear this mid lane, hopefully. We have the Ezreal just constantly poking as Ezreals do. So, I mean, as long as you don't get too low health, we do see the 4-man grouping mid.
Ari coming down from the top side for this fight.
We do see first items coming in from everybody in the game except for the both bot lanes.
Yeah, Harrisburg is looking very divided here.
Other than that control, or other than those wards in pit, MTU does have control of Dragon, but the side of HU has a very good take-back team. The charm does get landed onto the Seraphine. She does get ignited.
Aatrox
she
ult
does
coming
not have
out.
the ult. Ari ults out. We have Aatrox trying to go in, poking through and through. Aatrox trying to see if he can peek back. Very good damage going in onto the side of MTU. Not enough for a kill. Aatrox still trying to fight it over. He's alone. He's alone, and he goes down.
The Ezreal.
That's a very good pick for HU, and I think they get Dragon.
They are
for
going
this.
to try and pull Dragon.
And
off
I think
the
they get a good twofer in trying to get this mid turret, but they don't. HU does not pick for it. That's what is that? A 2 for 0 on the side of HU. Took it right back since last fight, and a Dragon.
Yeah, it does not look like MTU is going to try to contest this. That is going to be a free Dragon for Harrisburg. Ari landing full combo on Nico. Is Nico able to make it out?
Nico does make it out the root under turret, knock up the Porta Box, kill on the side of Oblivion Eyes. We love giving our Nico kills here. Our Nico is now 3-0, best Nico in the world.
That stopwatch was really good.
CM Bango in chat, I might take you up on that offer if this keeps on going.
We do see MTU going for giant enemy crab up here in the topside jungle.
Rip Herald.
Right, sure.
Yeah, sure. It's a 3v3. TP coming in from the Ari, I believe.
MTU are able to take Rift Herald.
MTU does take Rift Herald. It goes in the hands of the Aatrox. 4 there on the side of it. It's a 1v1 the bot lane with Jace trying to win it. The fight does seem to be over on the side of the Rift Herald, with the turret going down in the bot lane for in the favor of HU. You know, very clean take, and they got out for the side of MTU there for Rift Herald. Very clean, very happy.
Very nice.
That is all outer turrets except for mid down on the side of MTU. That is a little hard to push back from, but they have this Rift Herald to take something back.
Now, where do you think they're going to drop it?
I think it's going to be dropped top lane to
I could
just
see
put
that.
pressure on the top lane because Aatrox does have it, and he's just trying to push waves to try and get it to turret in order to use it. Or it could be used as a distraction point if they need to go for Dragon. The kills are
sure.
5 to 6 with only a 1,000 gold lead at 16 minutes. Doing a lot better right now than last game. It seems like they didn't let last game get on their nerves at all, folks.
Yeah, MTU really pulling it back here, which we love to see all of the time.
We love that nice gold on that Nico there. We see the Ahri going in. She does get the ult. She misses the charm. Aatrox ults back in time. Ahri just backs right up. She knows she can't win that fight after that first initial engage, and she backs right on up. Ulti gone. That Nico could be a real Nico for all they know. Hear me out.
The Nico mind games are always just...
They're always great. I love Dr. Kennen just flying around on his tail here. He does not get picked up. The Alistar fell for it. Gets perma CC'd. Look at that damage. The Nico knocks up. Does with the Alistar. But he gets through on the Ivern. Enough shielding does not let too much damage get done to the Ivern as well. But that is fun just to watch the CC chain there.
The Nico mind games just... Oh my god. To really see why Oblivion Eyes is the world's best Nico. Crazy plays.
Oh my gosh, that is the best. You are correct in chat. That is the best Nico in the world. I'm just saying, next game, once our team wins, next game,
First ban
it's gonna have to
Nico.
get banned. It's gonna have Nico's gonna have to be
Surely.
banned, guaranteed.
Unless they're blue side, and then they're going to try to steal it. But
All right, we see this push in mid for this turret. I think MTU does have it with Demolish. They do.
MTU takes mid turret.
We still have Rift Herald to drop anywhere. Aatrox still holds it. He's trying to drop it top lane, trying to destroy all outer turrets. We do see 3 on the map converging. I think Aatrox needs to get out of there. You have the Ivern and the Alistar CC chains coming in. J4 is able to split to see them out through. Aatrox triple queuing out of there. Jace. Sorry, too many J's in this game. Jace missing his empowered Q on the range side.
And that's going to be a back away for our Aatrox. So good on Hayden for making it out of there.
If we look at the gold, it's less than a 1k gold difference. Here are your items, folks. We do see 1 mythic built all around for everybody except for Alistar. Actually, we see the Nico coming in on this Ahri, hits the CC chain. He's all out of abilities. Ahri has the ult just to back out of there. Beautiful damage. I forgot Nico could be wards. This just got a lot more dangerous, folks. We see this fight in the top side. Renekton going in, but I think Crafted Air did just get baited into a 1v3. And he is putting in such a good fight against Jace, but he does go down, but thankfully, Alistar gets the kill.
Maybe Alistar will finally get his mythic. Who knows? Maybe Alistar
With that
really
kill, he
needs
has
that.
to.
Surely. We do see Rift Herald coming down in the bot side.
Oh yeah, it's just the Ahri defending. We know she just got rid of her ult, I believe.
We see backs coming down from the top side. We're going to see if 67 can stop any of them.
We do see our J4 starting Dragon now that he knows that they're coming down. Then I drop a nice Herald to give pressure on the bot side. Dragon being started. Aatrox is going to drop some wards here to see if they take the blue to see if he can pick out or at least see when HU is coming down. They have vision right now as they're crossing. They stop to clear the wards. That might be give MTU just enough time. Dragon's still at 4.7k. We see Nico up there in the bush. What's going to happen here, folks? It might be a smite off in the end, the coin flip. Down to 2,000 health. HU will not want to fight because they only have 2 people near. Aatrox is going in on this Alistar. That's enough. Oh, sorry, the charm coming into the Ari, this Renekton CC onto the Alistar, the ult coming into the Seraphine, hitting nobody. They are chasing down these kills. They want it bad. Good flash from Big Daddy Bard.
And
they get the kill.
Down.
It's a chase under turret.
Two-person
CC chain onto the Ari, and it goes down the chase in the Ari. Beautiful fight from the side of
Double
MTU.
kill onto Hayden. Beautiful team fight there. Just wiping
Best
them
Nico
down.
in the world, baby.
Best Nico in the world.
The pocket pick Aatrox in the mid lane. Beautiful CC chain from everybody on the team. Wasted everybody's flashes on the side of HU.
There's
Actually, I
no
lied. That was just
question
Alistar's
mark about
flash.
it.
Oh, we see that this
Best Nico in the
Ezreal
world.
going in for the doubles. He does take down both bot laners in the end. Sad to see. But it was 2 kills to 3 or 4 kills that we just saw, folks. We're back to only being down by 1 kill and 1k gold. Back to evens. But the gold is allocating where it needs to be on the side of MTU.
Would you see Ivern getting a little bit of poke onto J4, but seemed to drop it?
But they don't pick Ivern for the damage, sadly.
Yeah. No, he is definitely not picked for the damage. Ivern, 0 kills, but 6 assists.
I would like to see some more kills onto the Seraphine. I mean, I understand that the Aatrox and the Nico are necessary for this game, but I feel like the Seraphine with a couple more kills will be very deadly, just even poking, for example, on team fights.
For sure. You see Ivern with 66% kill participation.
You see everybody on MTU has, except for top lane, has 6 out of the 8 kill participation as well.
For sure, 75% kill participation.
Oh yeah, team-wide except for the top side. Craftinator, I'm looking at you.
But I mean, it kind of makes sense. Top side is kind of an island.
Oh yeah, especially, well, recently they have been just duking it out and following and matching each other. We do see this J4 kind of matching in. We see a nice little combo coming in for Renekton, just the back out, poke in, back out. The mid lane will go down on the side for MTU. MTU just warding up Baron, trying to secure Baron. Ivern coming in to see if he can steal a couple things. They don't know all these wards are there. Aatrox still, or sorry, coming down, getting a knock up onto the Ivern. The CC chain on the Alistar again. Alistar pops his ult for the armor, but his team left him to die. That's a very nice pick for MTU.
Alistar.
That is a bottom turret, however, for HU. Still keeping the golden lead. It's now a 2.5k diff now.
MTU letting 67 pick up that kill.
How are you going to know if that's the real Nico dancing your face, huh? Tell me.
You don't. I'm just waiting for the moment when Oblivion Eyes just
We do see MTU starting Baron right now. The jungler's not there, but the Alistar is still dead on death timers. Ari does pick them out. HU knows. Ivern trying to get vision on Baron. MTU does back up.
Ari, they don't want to be fighting when they go into that.
Oh,
fight.
they do try to get the ultis onto the Jace, and Jace does go down, but so does Renekton and Seraphine. Ari going in for the dive and the damage. J4 still alive. Nico popping ult on the Ari, stunning Perma. Big Daddy barking the pick of the Ari. Ezreal trying to come in and get those pick kills onto the Aatrox.
looking very
Takes down
low.
the Aatrox. Mystical on the Ezreal, getting a double kill again.
That Ezreal has been cleaning up after a lot of these fights.
Exactly, just that mobility to stay out of all of those CC chains. That started out as such a good pick and a good fight for the side of MTU, and it just turned so south so fast. It would end up being 4 for 2 on the side because they're just ignoring the Ezreal. They are taking out the Ari. They are trying to get the pick on the Jace, but that Ezreal coming in behind it doesn't matter as long as he can still keep throwing out Qs.
For sure. Ezreal has been proving himself a large threat on the Harrisburg
We do
side.
see the Seraphine coming in just to try and distract from the Baron. Does not take anyone down, but she does distract from the Baron for just a second longer. I don't think that was worth it in the long run, but does J4 come around? He's just getting zoned out by the Alistar. He realizes they have to give up this Baron.
Yeah, just gotta try to hold base against the Baron push and see if they can't get that dragon. That's up in 45 seconds.
Yup, this Baron will increase the... Oh, wait, we have the Ari trying to hunt down this J4. She does get the vision, but he just gets away still for free. That does make the gap 1.9k more. We're at a total of about 6k difference in gold right now. What can MTU do to catch back up? They need to take picks. They need this dragon.
For sure.
You do see MTU, everyone's hovering towards dragon as we speak right now. Nobody's down on either side. Everyone has their full kit. No teleports on either side as well. Actually, we do have a teleport on the side of Renekton, but he's assigned to start in this fight as well.
Yeah, MTU knows that they need this Baron, this dragon if they want to stand a good chance at coming back. And the small indie company strikes again.
Small
And the
industry,
small
the sm-
the small indie
small
company.
industry company strikes again.
Small indie company?
I'm sorry for what's happening, folks. I don't. Okay, there we go. We see the fight
Yeah,
coming on.
Lee can't fix their viewer.
Yeah, we cannot fix the game, but we do see the full fight. Nico stunning in, getting the Ari in the CC. They do get the pick on the Jace, but Nico goes down. Renekton goes down. The Ezreal's cleaning up. The J4 goes down. Seraphine goes down.
And
MTU.
Aatrox goes down.
That, it just ended up coming up to that Ezreal. 11-0 Ezreal with the lethality item, Trinity Force. That's hard to beat. That really is.
You know, the game isn't over yet. They are taking Dragon. They did get Baron, but we can still win this.
MTU's timers are at 25 seconds right now. This Ezreal is the monster of the HU's team, but we do have Oblivion Eyes on the Nico.
Yeah, all lanes being pushed in by Harrisburg.
This is very... they're knocking on death's door right now. We need MTU to pull a play here.
For sure.
This Ezreal is very slippery, and they can't afford to miss him anymore. He does pick up the starting of Hex Drinker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very close game. I think still switch. Right now it's definitely looking in Harrisburg's favor, but I think FT can hold this back. It's not set in stone.
Oh no. Ezreal ulting the wave, trying to push wave as hard as he can. We have J4 pushing the wave on top side. Aatrox pulling around. We see 3 J4s on the map right now. I don't know who those could be.
Honestly, it's so hard to tell which one's the Nico, which one's the fake Nico, and which one's the real one.
I'm just saying, Oblivion Eyes, you are the best Nico NA. You are tricking the casters ourselves. Dr. Kennen does walk in and just get picked by the Jace. That was a very unfortunate turn of events.
MTU going on this
ward. The Alistar is the focus of the combat. We still have that Ezreal in the back throwing Qs. Ari's throwing her Qs. She does have her dashes, takes out the Seraphine. The MTU's trying to run away. Big Daddy Bard goes down. Poro in a box flashes away, but he goes down. And down goes Renekton. Ace 5 for 0. And HU will walk it down and take the game.
Very
no minions, but they have Daisy to lead.
In those last two fights, MT was just focusing on Alistar so hard that the rest of Harrisburg was just able to clean them up.
That is a sad day for MTU, everybody. I am sorry for announcing this game. I wish it would have turned out better. Oh, that's just a very sad defeat there.
Yeah.
MTU was looking very, very good that early game. They just let that Ezreal go a little crazy.
Yeah. They just weren't able to keep that Ezreal in check, and that's what finished them off.
Exactly. Well, that's the end of MTU League of Legends for the season. They had an amazing season. They went 6-1?
Yeah.
Amazing
right.
season. Very positive. They just versed the number 2 seed, and it's hard to beat 4 challengers, I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
They did their best, and they had a heck of a season. In other news, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, the Call of Duty team will look to end its regular season undefeated with a matchup against Anna Maria.
And then on Thursday, we have the Smash Junior Varsity team, which looks to secure their first round bye in their playoffs as they face off against Michigan State.
Thank you again to all our partners and sponsors for supporting MTU Esports. I'm Philip Erhab.
I'm Ben.
Have a wonderful night.